So how is Michigan advancing the use of electric-powered vehicles? That's coming right up. Hey everyone, my name is Rick Cordero. Welcome to RunPlayBack, where we help you with EV tech tips to lead a more efficient and affordable lifestyle. Let's be creative and save money at the same time. In this video, we'll be visiting an EV test ride event sponsored by DTE Energy, a Detroit-based diversified energy company. We'll talk about what DTE is doing to promote EVs here in Michigan, some of the cost savings and benefits of EVs, and also take a test drive with the Ford Mustang Mach-E. Want to know how EVs can fit your lifestyle? Stick around to find out. We're here in Ann Arbor, Michigan at Pioneer High School. Today we'll be visiting DTE Energy's test ride event, where residents will get to test ride the most popular EVs out right now, like the Ford F-150 Lightning, Polestar 2, Rivian R1T, Tesla Model S, Chevy Bolt, Hummer EV, Volkswagen ID4, and the Ford Mustang Mach-E, which is what we'll be checking out. So let's get to it.
Transportation electrification is a critical piece of decarbonization to address climate change. On average, Michigan EVs emit about 60% less carbon than their traditional internal combustion engine counterparts. We don't have legislation in the state that's necessarily requiring EVs the same way that California and some of the northeastern states have, but I do feel like in Michigan we have great utility programs between Consumers Energy and DTE Energy to really help advance electrification, and the federal funding that's coming with the bipartisan infrastructure law. We have a really good chance in Michigan to take advantage of this once-in-a-generation opportunity of funding. Today is actually funded by our education outreach component, and it's intended to give our customers an EV experience. And for some, it will be the very first time. And in a no sales pressure environment, so you can really check out what EV fits your lifestyle. Tesla made it cool to drive an EV. And so it's really exciting to see these models come to market that customers are excited about. I am gonna definitely look around at the Rivian, and probably my next purchase is going to be the Mach-E.
It doesn't look like a Mustang. I guess that's the point.
A little bit different from the front. Press that button there, it's gonna pop it open and it won't close. It has a prop until you open the door and that prop retracts.
Oh.
Make sense?
There you go. All right. Got short legs, so I gotta
All right, man.
put it all the way up there. There you go. Hey.
Get it comfortable for you. Once we put it in drive, you're gonna see a little circle next to that ready there with a hand in it. That just means it's holding the brake for you. So at that point, you can release the brake, the vehicle will not move until you engage the accelerator. So you tap it nice and lightly and it gets you going again.
So if like you're on an incline and you don't have to like hold the brake down.
Correct.
Got it.
Or you're at a drive-through, or you just stopped at a stop sign or red light.
Right.
It won't move at all if you release the brake.
Yep. Okay.
I know it's kind of hard to trust it at first.
I trust it. Very responsive.
We are in what we call the unbridled drive mode.
Okay.
That means that you have maximum power available to you.
Very smooth throttle. Is it throttle? Gas? No.
No gas.
Power.
Definitely throttle and acceleration.
Yeah. Smooth acceleration.
There you go. As you're driving and you hit the brakes, you know, you're engaging what we call regen, right? And what that means is it's keeping you from losing energy. Now, if you engage what we call the one pedal drive, you actually get more regen. With one pedal drive, you only use the accelerator, right? To come to a stop and to accelerate. You want to test that out? See what that feels like?
Yeah, sure.
All right, so we can do it as we're moving. Just make sure you keep your foot on the accelerator.
Yep.
All right, it's on now. So as you release it, you're gonna notice it's gonna slow down.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, yep. Familiar with that with the e-bikes. So that's kind of like a nice way to like, you know, have a more consistent braking as opposed to switching from pedal to pedal.
And it actually saves you money on brakes, right? Because you're not gonna go through the brake pads as often. And once you get used to it, you won't actually use the brakes at all. And I tell people all the time, make sure you still use your brakes on occasion.
Right.
You don't want them to get locked up. You don't want them to get rusty.
What was the eco mode called?
So they call it Whisper.
Whisper, okay.
Specifically.
Doesn't like limit the speed or anything, it just...
No, it's not gonna change your speed limit. It's just limiting the amount of power that's distributed to the wheel.
Got it. How do I get it in Whisper mode?
So you just tap it.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
You'll feel the difference when you're cruising.
Yeah. Wow, I do feel it.
Yeah.
You feel it, Hafsa? It's whispering to us.
I actually have an automotive background. I worked at BMW in both South Carolina and Munich, and I was looking to switch career paths, and so I went to the utility, and it's really interesting that utility and automotive are sort of converging again. Pretty much my entire time at DTE has been involved with electric vehicles. It's now more about what charging solutions are needed, how do we create equitable access to charging. Battery pack prices will come down over time as technology advances, and so that's why range anxiety is also a critical barrier to adoption, and why deploying that charging infrastructure is so important, because we need to give customers the confidence to refuel.
I think when this model was introduced, a lot of the Mustang community was maybe a little skeptical.
It took a little bit of time for people to start understanding that the reason they call it a Mustang is not just because of the appearance, but also because of the capability of it. If you look at that Mustang GT with the GT performance package, 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds. You think of what other Mustang from the lineup can get close to that. It's only the GT 500,
right.
And that's 0 to 60 in 3.7 seconds.
Right.
Still, for a better price, for $75,000 for an electric version of that vehicle, you're getting more capability.
Right.
You know, the GT 500, if you're lucky, you'll find it for under $100,000. It's hard to carry a name like a Mustang, right?
Yeah.
There's a huge history behind it, like you were saying, and it's hard for people to accept, but a lot of people maybe don't think about some of the benefits of going with an electric version of what they're used to driving because they haven't driven it.
Yep.
And people are quick to speak and not actually take time to understand something.
It's the best way to convert someone to EV tech, I think. Once you just give them a test ride and they come back with a smile on their face.
I mean, we didn't really do a track test today, obviously. A road test.
Yeah.
But I mean, unbridled, when you put it in that mode specifically and you give it some, acceleration, you feel it. You feel the instant torque.
Oh, yeah.
Those 445 pound-feet of torque are instant.
Felt like this thing wants to be on the open road.
DTE also has proposed like an income eligible rebate, which would be $1,500 if approved for income qualified customers, to also help them get over that barrier of the upfront price premium. We're investing over $1 billion annually over the next 5 years to upgrade and modernize the grid. And that's not only going to improve reliability, it's going to prepare for the capacity we need for widespread EV adoption.
As the main provider of electricity in Michigan, DTE seems to be committed to advancing the use of EVs through education, incentives, and infrastructure. It's obvious DTE has spent a lot of time on their Charging Forward program, and if they continue to not only improve their existing power grid while also offering creative ways for their customers to test ride EVs, it will change the way Michigan thinks about using energy. If you want to dive into more EV tech tips, click the links on the side, and remember to like and subscribe so we can help you find tech deals that fit your lifestyle. We'll see you guys in the next video.